This is the song. Okay. Now listen, the numbers are staggering. Okay, every hour a military vet takes his or her life, and most of those who do are suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder or PTSD. However, one family is working to turn it all around with their Canines and Warriors program. Welcome President Shari Duval, veteran Jesse Bier, and his canine Cooper to Emotional Mojo. Welcome, you two.
Thank you very much.
Three. Don't forget Cooper. He's on the floor.
Cooper's very nervous, in case you can't tell. So, Shari, you got to tell us a little bit about this program.
Well, Canines for Warriors was started about 2 years ago. Like you said, the numbers of returning veterans from the Iraq and Afghanistan war, the largest number of disabilities was post-traumatic stress disorder. More are suffering from that than actually killed in action. And this is an alternative recovery program to medications.
And you have a personal connection to this too with a family member, correct?
I do. My son did 2 tours in Iraq, and he came home, and I really didn't know what was wrong with him.
Could you kindly just share a couple of the symptoms so people can understand what it is?
Well, he was so withdrawn. He was just a different person. He wouldn't come out of the house. He wouldn't come to family functions. He seemed depressed all the time. He slept all the time. He was just a completely different person.
Was there also nightmares or episodes of fear and anxiety?
Absolutely.
And so how did you think of getting a dog to help draw him out?
Yeah, well, my son was actually a canine police handler dog.
Okay.
And in Iraq, he did bomb dog explosions.
Okay. So you had that connection to dogs.
So I knew that was one way to bring him out.
Yeah.
And every time we brought him around a dog, the light came back on.
Wow.
And I went, oh, there's a connection here. Yeah. So we're not the first to do this, but we are now the largest.
Animals seem to lower the defense of people, and that allows them to be more vulnerable or to actually even communicate on a very strange level to express their emotions.
Jesse, share with us your experience with Cooper. How has Cooper changed your life?
Well, before I had Cooper, I stayed in my house all the time. I was afraid to go out, afraid of people, places, just the anxiety and the fear that I felt, and then the hypervigilance going into stores. It was just overwhelming.
What do you mean by hypervigilance going into stores?
Specifically, you know, at the checkout register was difficult for me because people are coming in, people are going out, so I was constantly looking around, trying to, and it just became normal to me. I thought it was normal to sit with my back to the door at restaurants or like in the stores, just to be looking around constantly, just
Would you describe it as if you were still on duty but here?
Yes.
As if that's why you're looking around, you're always waiting for something to happen.
Making that association too, though, saying that, okay, well, you know, this is a fear that was something that shouldn't be in this time and place, but you know, it felt comfortable being in that time.
Yeah, how did Cooper help?
That?
Cooper, I have more of my time focused on him. You know, when I go into a store, I worry about what Cooper's doing and more about, you know, how he's going to perform or keep me, you know, calm and emotionally intact than worrying about what people are doing around me or what's possibly going on or could go on.
Shari, I mean, you guys are gonna join us again a little later in the show, but we have about 20 seconds here. How can viewers at home help out with Canines and Warriors?
Well, they can visit our website, caninesforwarriors.org, and learn more about what we do. There's no charge for our service to any returning veteran. And we have an application there if they'd like to look at it and sign up. And donations are welcome.
Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing. And like I said, they'll join us later on in the show. But don't go anywhere because Emotional Mojo will be back in just a moment.